Premier League match week 27 predictions and my fantasy team. Wow, there are some huge games in here, and especially because in the Premier League now you only have to become 5th to get a Champions League spot. Well done, Manchester City. Don't know how you guys managed that. Hey everyone, Finn here, that is FYW, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It is nice and sunny here, and I think this channel's just become something of you guys looking at me struggling with my hair every week. I mean, I kind of look like if Neymar, you know, did a bird. And no, I don't mean a bird, I mean like a parakeet or something. Before I get too far into my predictions, I do want to say I want to start a controversial football series that I talk about every maybe Saturday morning or something like that on this channel, and that I would like to do every week, where you guys send me controversial football questions and I answer them in that series, of course. So drop your controversial football questions down below and I will obviously mention you in the series and make it fun and exciting, you know? Okay. Chelsea versus Spurs is a big game. Both teams are Champions League teams and I think they're going to be pretty damn tired. But of course the big news is Spurs, I mean, their best players are injured. Son is injured apparently, Harry Kane is injured, they got rid of Eriksen and sold him to Inter Milan, which I don't know how in your right mind you do. And then don't worry, they gave a contract extension to Lo Celso, or whatever his name is. I mean, well done. At the end of the day, Spurs is just looking like a movie that got rid or has injured like all of its best actors. It's like the Avengers, but just Hawkeye. It's not the same quality anymore, is it? Because of all this kind of stuff, I do have to go with Chelsea, although I think Chelsea are going to be tired because they are obviously facing Bayern Munich. They will be very, very tired. But I'm still going to go for Chelsea, a 2-1 win. Their defense is very shocking. But without Spurs as main attackers, I think they could really just struggle. But Spurs, once again, a very weird team. They're the kind of team similar to United. If it looks like they are definitely going to lose, then they're probably going to win. But in this case, I'm going to go for Chelsea 2-1. And I mean, let's just hope Lewandowski doesn't have an absolute meal out of the Chelsea defense in the Champions League. Burnley versus Bournemouth. Now, I think both teams have really just, you know, the tables have turned, the turns have tabled, whatever you want to take away from it. From last season, we would have said last season that Burnley aren't a very quality team, where Bournemouth is a pretty quality team. This season, I mean, no matter who plays for them, their quality and the kind of positioning on the table has really just flipped around completely. Burnley look like they could be a mid-table team, where Bournemouth look like they could potentially get relegated. I'm going to go for Burnley on this one, a 2-1 win, just because they are looking so much stronger this season. Yet, I mean, Bournemouth still have a very quality attack. Hopefully Aka is in good shape soon. I'm not sure his current situation. Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. Now, Crystal Palace started the season well, started taking a dub. Newcastle started off pretty bad and then started going up and up and up, which is insane to think about. I think Newcastle are having a rather fantastic season compared to what they think, and I think they are going to get an away win. I think it's going to be a 2-1 away win. All of my games so far have been 2-1 in terms of predictions. And I want to say, I was talking about form recently on Reddit, just a little side story, nothing about my predictions here, where I posted my Champions League predictions and someone posted, did you really just base your predictions on form and players? Yo, what the hell else do you base your predictions on? What do you mean? Oh no, you can't base how a team's going to do on the players they have and the form that they're in. Why? Sheffield United versus Brighton. Brighton had a very, very good start to the season this season. Sheffield United have been good throughout the season. I really do want to either say Sheffield United will win because they are looking that good. And guys, Sheffield United look like they could be in the Champions League next season. How nuts is that? And at the same time, Brighton looking very good, but I can't decide a winner between this. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw between Sheffield United and Brighton. If any other result does happen, I wouldn't be too surprised, but to me, there's no obvious winner. Southampton versus Villa. Now, Villa definitely have gotten results where it surprised us, and, you know, vice versa. Villa's been a very weird team so far this season because they've got a very quality team, but they haven't gotten the performances right. Southampton, I mean, took obviously a huge step and now has really just been going up and up and up. And because of that kind of fire form that Southampton are starting to get into, or that they have been in more lately than they were in the beginning of the season, I'm going to go for Southampton. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. And let's be honest, it's going to be Ings because the ex-Liverpool striker is insane. Leicester versus Manchester City. Now, when writing down this prediction, I had so many different options on what to write. I originally had Leicester 3-1, then I had like both teams 2-2, but the final decision, the final verdict I came on is a 3-1 win to Manchester City. It really could go either way. I do want to say Leicester City could win this one, but at the same time, I just feel like Manchester City are going to dominate, because earlier this season when the two teams played, I thought City could win, Leicester City, then it ended up being Manchester City. Guys, Manchester City are in such a pickle. Obviously, I spoke about it in my Champions League predictions, but I mean, financial fair play and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you disobey the rules, you disobey the rules, and it's quite insane to think about the trouble Manchester City are in terms of them not being in the Champions League for 2 seasons, which means they can focus maybe on Premier League more. And I wonder if Pep Guardiola will stay. I want to ask you guys to vote in the I thingy up above. Do you think Pep Guardiola will stay at Manchester City, or rather, do you think he should stay at Manchester City? Because, I mean, he's a pretty successful manager, and would he want to stay somewhere where he can't win like the only trophy he hasn't with the team? Manchester United versus Watford. Now, obviously, last time these two teams played against each other, Watford had only won 1 game in the league beforehand, and Manchester United lost to Watford, so it was obviously very sad. But you know what? If United loses to Watford, I really don't know what I'm going to do. Please, Alex, give us a win. It is very tricky to judge with United, because we did beat Chelsea, which I'm happy with. This is before the Europa League game. And I think Manchester United, I mean, come on, guys. There's no way you're going to lose to Watford twice, right? I do think United are going to get a 3-0 win against Watford, because Bruno Fernandes is looking like a class deal so far. I know it's way too early to judge all that stuff, but I think United can manage against Watford if we defend well. Bailey had a fantastic game playing for United. If we sort our defense, then we can really hold back Watford's attack, because their quick passing is what caught us out last time. Wolves versus Norwich. I think I'm going to go for Wolves on this one. I'm going to go 2-1 on Wolves. I do think Wolves are just a better team overall. They've got quality throughout, where it's more the attacking kind of front. Norwich, that's looking very impressive. They played a very good game against Liverpool, and I thought that they genuinely looked like a team that could have won against Liverpool. But at the end of the day, I do back Wolves quite a lot over Norwich. But you know what? If Norwich got a win, I wouldn't be surprised. Arsenal versus Everton. Now, to no surprise, I don't back Arsenal once again, just because, yes, they got a huge 4-0 win versus Newcastle, but at the same time, versus a team like Everton, who have been, a bit stronger for squad, I don't view Arsenal winning, just because I think they have way too many problems that they need to sort out in the squad. I think Arsenal are going to lose 1-2 to Everton, because Everton have such a quality squad, such a quality group of players altogether. Liverpool versus West Ham. Now, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say I think West Ham have a chance. They do not. I mean, look, Liverpool lost against Atletico Madrid, which is a fantastic team. And look, it's like a first loss in forever. But I'm going to go for Liverpool on this one. No question about it. A 4-0 win. They are just looking so unbeatable in the Premier League. And I mean, David Moyes, you're not going to be the man to stop that. Quickly getting into my fantasy team. Now, I do want to say I'm playing my bench boost, that special ability I get in my fantasy team, where I boost all the players in my bench, just because looking at those players, I think those players can definitely get points this match week. Of course, there is my total team, and the changes I made from last week. I haven't transferred anyone, but I have taken Calvert-Lewin out, because I mean, if Arsenal get points, I think it's very likely that Arsenal will get points against Everton. It could go either way, but the fact that Ings score a goal against Aston Villa, I definitely think so. So I put Ings in place in the starting lineup. Okay guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Once again, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. I am trying to grow this channel, and yeah, this channel's been growing amazingly lately, and I do need your help if I want it to grow. So please do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified as soon as I do upload more videos. Check out my Zlatan FIFA 20 career mode series by Manage United as King Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This has been Finn, FYWN. I do love every single one of you. Stay awesome. Cheers.